Hey, boys and girls! Welcome back to Scare School with Professor Powell. And joining me today from Chaos Haunted House in Carrolton, Georgia, is Anthony Caldwell. Welcome. Thank you for taking time.
Oh, no problem.
So Anthony, let's start off with what got you inspired into starting in the haunted industry?
Well, it actually started when I was a kid. Should I be talking to you?
You can talk to them. They don't.
Sure.
You can talk to me. It's fine.
Now, all right. So, I got into the haunted house industry professionally at Camp Blood when I was 16. But before that, I had done home haunting, and family. We all got together every Halloween and put up the cheesy spider webs and had the store-bought haunted house music and stuff like that, and just did that. That's how I got into the scary stuff, that and horror movies. But as far as professionally, I started at Camp Blood as an actor when I was 16. And I'm pointing that way because Camp Blood's south of here. It's literally that way.
I just drove from there.
Yeah. Great guy. But yeah, I don't think I would have gotten it professionally if it hadn't been for Camp Blood, honestly. But and I've actually talked to Mark about that. But yeah, that's how I got into it professionally, was through Camp Blood. I started out as an actor when I was 16. I think I was in a coffin. I was literally in a coffin, just That's it. And I was hooked. After I got my first scare, it was like, this is
what has been some of the biggest hurdles for you in just starting with your own haunt?
Obviously, money. It's not cheap to do a haunted house. I don't want to discourage anybody that wants to get into the business, but it is not cheap, especially now. When we started Chaos, we had $5,000, I think. Leroy would be able to. You remember Leroy? Okay, he does Rocky Ranch, or did Rocky Ranch. He sold it.
Okay.
All right. So, anyways, I got sidetracked.
Some of your biggest hurdles in getting started.
All right, some of the biggest hurdles. Yeah. Finding a good location, having money to get the location.
So you wouldn't just suggest that people just find any old place that's up for lease?
No. Now, like when we started Chaos 10 years ago, the codes were not as strict as they are now. So for us, it was literally the good old boy system, I think, back then, 10 years ago, because Leroy knew somebody, and one thing led to another, and it's like, yeah, go ahead, it's fine. Probably shouldn't go on record saying that, but that was 10 years ago. So, but I mean, we did everything safely.
If you were to be looking for a location right now, what would you look for in a haunt location?
Okay. Of course, there's always the typical stuff you want to look for, like population density, traffic, foot traffic, as well as actual vehicles driving by and stuff like that. But you want to make sure the property has enough parking. If it's in the city, you're going to have to deal with your local codes and the fire marshal and everything. It's not something that you can build a haunted house and then call the city and be like, hey, we got a haunted house, come check it out. You need to get the city involved, or the county, actually. No matter where you're at, you need to get with the local people before you invest thousands and thousands of dollars building a haunted house just to find out you can't open this year because you didn't, get the prints verified. It's a lot harder now than it was even 10 years ago.
And that parking seems like that's a really big deal. You can only get as many people in as you can have parked safely. Yeah.
Because, like, on our busiest nights, I'm out there with a vest on parking cars, because if we end up backing traffic up into the road, that's on me, I think. So as far as finding a new location, parking is a big deal.
What's been one of your most rewarding experiences being in haunt? Because you're still going at it regardless of what hardships you've faced. So you've had some good times.
Oh yeah. And it's so cliche to say it, but the family side of it, like the behind the scenes with all the actors every year, and we all come together every year with the common goal of scaring the crap out of people and having a good time doing it. And I honestly do think, eventually the money's going to be a good side of it, but it gives everybody something to do. We have fun doing it for the most part. It's a lot of hard work, but the benefits is definitely the friendships. And like I said, I know that sounds cliche, or maybe not even cliche, but I know it sounds. Is it cliche?
Well, somebody might say that, but you're gonna, because it's a fact. It's a fact that, and I have a lot of other interviews where a lot of people say something either just exactly the same or similar, because it's true. Where you get into the industry, you make your haunt family. A lot of people do it as a family, but strangers get together and they become a haunt family.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And you miss these people throughout the year.
Oh
you
yeah,
can't wait to see them again.
I always tell. Well, I don't know if I always tell people, but every year I go through the thing at the beginning of the season where we bring all the new people in. And I know another Statesville up in Chicago, they were doing an interview with some of their actors, or not their actors, they're the people that help build the haunt. And they're like, it's really weird because we work on this all year, and then all these new people come in, and it's like you're in my house, and that's real, because there's another guy sitting over there. I'm telling them, but we work on this throughout the year, and it's personal to us. Yeah. This is our thing, and then to bring in 20 or 30 new people, it's like, don't do that. You get down. But yeah.
What advice would you give someone who is contemplating getting started in the haunt industry and making their own haunt?
Start small. I would say do home hunting first to get a feel for what large groups of people do when they're scared, because they are a force, especially when you get a football team or something like that. But yeah, I recommend anybody that is even thinking about doing it professionally, start home hunting. Once you can handle 150, 200 people in one night at your home, and then your house doesn't fall down, or whatever you built for your show doesn't fall down, then maybe start thinking about looking for investors, looking for property. I kind of trailed off there because there's so many different ways to answer that.
Yeah, I think it was really good.
But yeah, I would definitely, let me just say one more. If you are thinking about getting into the haunted house business professionally, start home hunting first. Deal with the customers, or not customers, but deal with the people going through your attraction at that small level, and then multiply that times 30, or however many nights you're going to be open. You get what I'm saying.
It was very wise.
And you can edit it and everything like that.
Yeah.
It makes sense. But yeah, I definitely. And I'm not exaggerating when I tell people. Like I told Parker, I'm like, I don't recommend anybody getting into the haunted house industry, seriously, because it is. You find out a lot about yourself when you build a haunted house. Like you find out what you're capable of and how many hours you're capable of working. And
there's so much work.
God, it's so much work.
But it's got to be rewarding because
I love
it. How many years now?
Well, I've been doing Chaos for 11, technically 11 years, but 10 years. I've been doing haunt since I was 16, professionally since I was 16, and I'm 37 now. So 21 years. I've been doing haunt 21 years.
There's a reason for that. It gets into your blood.
It did.
Now, what about people who were just want to jump into haunt acting? Do you have any advice for them?
Just go. Show up. There's haunted houses everywhere. Show up. Don't be afraid to act like an idiot. Don't be afraid to get fake blood smeared all over you. It's just, honestly, back to what advice I would give to somebody wanting to do a haunted house. Go work at a haunted house first. Help out behind the scenes. Help build, props. Learn how the sound systems work, how the lighting works, how the special effects work. There's a lot to it. You can't be good at one thing and on a haunted house. You need to be able to do all of it.
We could sit here and do an hour on just talking about the sound system that we've got built.
you seen?
It's like a whole room.
Maybe when we're done with this, we'll do a little quick pan into the sound room. And that's not even all of it. I know I keep pointing off camera. You guys can't see it, but there's a lot of things around here that.
If I had more time, maybe for next year's class, I'll do some virtual tours.
Oh yeah, I'd love to do any. We can even do a sound editing thing if you're interested. I don't mind showing the tricks of this radio.
That'd be great, and I think we'll get into that.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. Why don't you plug your website or where we can find you on Facebook, give your address, any kind of information like that?
Funny thing about the website. Did I tell you about that?
No.
Yeah.
Get hacked?
Yeah, sort of. Long story, but the original website that I own, ChaosHauntedHouse.net, is no longer available. It's no longer mine. I don't own it anymore. But the good thing is I do own ChaosHaunt.com. So, that's the website is ChaosHaunt.com. The Facebook page is just Chaos Haunted House. We're the one in Carrolton, not the one in Texas. We're not affiliated with them at all. They're a great haunted house, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying we're not affiliated with them.
So if they go out and kill anybody, it had nothing to do with you.
I didn't, send them a message. I don't know. I don't know what our Instagram and all that stuff is. I think it's back there on the wall, but I don't ever use it. Might be why we're doing that. Just kidding.
I will. I'll get that information from you later.
Yeah.
And we'll put it here.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there.
Somewhere up here. Yeah, we're doing the whole cheesy Facebook or YouTube video. Was that all the questions?
That is. Hey, I want to point out real quick, unrelated, but you've got some great custom masks that were made locally by Mr. Van Corson, who I've got masks from. He is awesome.
He is.
I think he's at Old Rock House
Productions.
Old Rock House Road Productions?
Yeah. I'm trying to think. We'll have to look that up and put the link up here too.
Yeah, I'm gonna plug Ben because he is such an awesome artist.
He's got a mask I'm gonna go look at and most likely buy.
Me too. I hope it's not the same mask.
Probably. Yeah, almost all of these.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? All of those are his, except that one.
He's incredible, working in latex and burlap.
Oh yeah,
specifically. You need to go check him out.
He even writes little backstories to each mask, and we try to incorporate that into the character when we use it. That's a whole other video, character development.
I hope I can have you back sometime.
Oh yeah.
Classes. Yeah. Okay, cool.
I'm all for it.
I know you're in the middle of busy season, and I want to thank you. I appreciate you taking time out of working really hard on the haunt to talk to us today.
Oh yeah,
thank you.
No problem. Thank you.
You have a great day.
You too.
See you next time, kids.
It was rough.